Hey, so right now I'll be watching Tonari no Yokai-san, episode 2. And I don't really have much to say before I get into the episode, so now into the episode.
お父さんがいなくなったのは、私、警察の人から電話が来る。見つからない電話に消えてしまったお父さん。面白くて優しかったお父さんなのに、もう声とか思い出せない。思い出も消えちゃうのかな。
I wonder why she can see that.
猫股のそのチャット読んだ？ああ、そういえば。ごめんな、可愛いと。いえ。
How his head popped up.
あの子飲み友達。
Oh, okay.
毎年みんなでバーベキューしてるんだ。
What is up with that running?
田中です。7歳の。
Human. He looks like an Arthur character. Oh. Oh, okay. Beto Beto. Oh god. It's like a monkey? Oh, he's so cute. Whoa. Yeah, from the opening, yeah. They really see these people grow up and have kids of their own, then die, the cycle continues, damn. You know, it also reminds me of Summertime Rendering, where it seems like it's gonna be a calm anime, but it's not. Oh, I just love that. Mama-san. That's so sweet. Oh, they have classes with yokai. So cute. Oh, it's like a bear. I love that. Yeah, I feel like she's a fish yokai. Maybe she's a kappa. Okay. No, okay, I was not expecting that. I was distracted by the blue wolf kid, but okay, not anymore. Hey, a Cyclops. You know, at first I thought those were gloves, but turns out those are actual hands. You'll probably see him in class tomorrow. Hanako? Oh my god! And it's a girl in this one. Okay. That's a room? That's cool. Hey, reminds me of Urusei Yatsura. And actually, Yappa kinda reminds me of that girl from Only Yesterday. Okay. Alright. Oh, her name is Rain-chan. Just noticed that. Okay. For the yokais that need water, won't this be like a very bad time for them because it's summer and it's hot? She's gonna trip. Oh. Okay, there's a mouse behind that one. There's a lot of mythological references. Of course there would be, but I'm just surprised. That is true, he would think something like that. Like maybe you don't like me or something. Well, it looks like he likes her too. Oh, she got to thank him. He's like, oh, I forgot about that. Well, this is cute. Oh. Oh. What the hell? It's a girl? Okay then. I misgendered her. Sorry about that. I like the voice though. Reminds me of Isabella from The Promised Neverland. I feel like she might not like what she sees. What if he turns scary looking? What if she ends up thinking that he's the one who took her dad? There's always a twig somewhere. Oh, he's probably found out that she's following him. Oh. Oh no, that's not good. Oh shit. Can hypnotize you. What the hell? Is this Adam and Eve reference? Oh shit. So the snake wants her to do that. Hello, Jiro. Now would be a very good time to stop her. Damn. I thought he would have had like a scary face right now, but he's understanding. You know, I like her. I mean, you could say there was a tree and he had me pull a rope. I mean, unless she doesn't remember. But it's so weird. Like, she wasn't even physically there, but yet she was. Oh. Oh. Huh. Well, he's almost got it. It's not a complete failure. He still turned most of it. So cute. It's like a Home Depot. Oh, it's a sore spot. That they come from a good family. I mean, it's not that she doesn't have a right to her own feelings, but he didn't know. It was a genuine question. He was just curious to know about other yokai. Yeah. Yeah, I got that too. Damn, I want to know her story. Aww. I mean, she could at the very least said that it's a complicated history and I don't feel comfortable talking about it right now. Or please don't ask me anymore. Or something like that. Oh, they're all competing. Oh. Would it count if he flies? Oh, okay, that's why. He seems serious. Oh, she's so adorable. Little blue wolf girl. And little gray wolf boy. Oh god, okay, boy, that was creepy. Oh. Of course, her dad looks like a kappa, but her mom looks like a human with just a few kappa features. Hey, Shaggy's a werewolf, I see. Oh girl, don't go in there. Oh, his little tiny car! Oh god, that's creepy. Oh, he was taller before. Oh gods, would he kill people? Or just take their belts? Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. So just lonely and lost souls. So we focused on quite a few characters this episode. We focused on the Kappa named Rain, and her having to deal with her crush with her fellow classmate, and ultimately working through that and being able to actually look at him and talk to him without passing out or falling. I was very surprised to see Hanako-san here. I was not expecting that. Of all things to see, I was not expecting that. And I like how it's a different incarnation than what I've seen, because I always assumed Hanako was a guy. But it turns out Hanako can also be a girl. And depending on, I guess, either incarnation and each interpretation, they can be seen as something different. Whereas the Hanako-kun in Toilet Van Hanako-kun, I believe he just lives in that toilet, and when you knock on his door, it's just a bathroom stall. It's not an actual room. And in this series, if you knock 3 times and she says to come in, you open the door, and you don't go into a bathroom stall. You go into an actual room. Now that's pretty cool. You have the luxury of having the room right there. Even though it's still in a bathroom, you still have your own room right there. And it's also interesting to see that not only do human kids go to the school, but yokais as well. So they all get to learn. And although yokais live far longer than the humans do, they still think it's important to have their kids go to school. Probably for one, just to learn the basics of stuff, and 2, to give them something to do. Because if they don't go to school, what are they going to do? I mean, sure, they can work in the fields or in other places in the meantime, but still, it's good that they have a chance to go to school and they learn, and there's no discrimination so far when it comes to all these yokais. They all treat each other the same. We also got to see a little bit more of Jiro and Mu, and essentially Jiro doing his job, which is protecting the mountain. And also that although they do live with these yokai and everything, there are still some to be wary about. You can't just trust all of them, you still have to be wary of at least a few of them, because they don't all have good intentions. Something bad could happen to her. And in this way, they're very similar to people, because just like we can trust a lot of people, there are certain people that we shouldn't trust or at the very least be wary about. So just because they live around each other all the time and they know each other for a very long time, there's still some form of caution that there should be taken, with at least some, not all. It never hurts to be too cautious. And it isn't to say that one of them is gonna turn and suddenly go berserk or be crazy, but it's also a very good lesson to learn when you're young, that just don't be so trusting of everybody and just have a healthy amount of caution. And also to listen to your elders, in which case it was that Jiro had told her, don't follow me when I'm working, and what did she do? She followed him when he was working, and what he feared would happen, happened. Though luckily he managed to get to her in time before the snake had controlled her long enough for her to break the barrier. And 2, the black smoke of lonely lost yokai essentially could corrupt them and cause them to attack people, and if she happens to get close to that or happens to get her, she could either be eaten, she could even be spirited away probably, like her dad was. And also the fact that she said that she can't even remember what he sounds like, it really reminded me of what Sokka said in Avatar The Last Airbender, where when he thinks of his mother, he can't even remember what she looks like anymore. He only sees Katara, because she's the one who took the maternal role after their mother passed away. We also got to see more of Buchio and Yuri's relationship as mentor and mentee. And Buchio is so excited and so happy, and he really looks up to Yuri that it really shocked him when she was upset at his question. And it did seem to me that whenever Yuri happened to see Buchio, she did have this look on her face like she was sad or serious. And it turns out maybe it could be that she's envious that Buchio has a relationship with his family and everything's going well for him, when it apparently didn't go that way for her. She's apparently estranged from her family. She will not forgive them for whatever it is that happened, and she just liked the fact that Buchio believes that everybody has had a life like him, even though that's just her assumption. Because like the other guy said, Buchio has no idea of her past. How the hell is he gonna know that it's a sore spot? If anything, I feel that at the very least Jiro or somebody else could have at the minimum warned him and be like, hey, you know what, don't ask her about her family or anything, because that's a sore spot. It's a complicated subject she doesn't like to talk about, so just make sure not to mention that. So at the very least Buchio wouldn't be so caught off guard. And he did end up apologizing and be like, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And of course, both of them are valid to feel the way that they do, but essentially, Buchio meant no harm by his question. He was just curious about the woman who was mentoring him, and he just wanted to know more about her. Also, the fact that yokais in the past have been used in war and used their abilities to turn the tides in war really reminded me of the manga anime series To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts. Because there was a war going on, they decided to do these experiments on humans, and they would inject them with this serum, and depending on whichever injection they got, they would turn into a type of mythological creature. Whether it be a siren, whether it be a gargoyle, a werewolf, a behemoth, they would be able to shift from their human form into their beast form and be able to win fights easier that way in the war. This essentially answered my question from the first episode, which is that there are interspecies relationships between the humans and the yokais, because Rain was encouraged to tell her crush that she likes him, and I feel like that wouldn't be the case if it was frowned upon, so it is a thing that happens. And so it looks like they're not going to meet the same difficulties that Nanami and Tomoe and Princess Himemiko and Kotaro had to deal with, which is the fact that since both of them were relationships between a yokai and a human, it was forbidden. They couldn't do that. So essentially, Tomoe had to change himself in order to be able to be with Nanami, but the plot hole here is that for whatever reason, or at the very least we didn't see it happen, Princess Himemiko did not change herself to be with Kotaro, and vice versa, Kotaro did not turn into a yokai, yet somehow they had a kid together and they were apparently able to stay together. Which is crazy to me because Tomoe and Nanami had to go through so much to finally be together just for Princess Himemiko and Kotaro to not change anything about themselves and still end up being together regardless of the fact that they're a human and yokai couple. And essentially, Rain parents, due to their genders, they do fall into the trope of the guy looks just like his mythological form, but the mom only has certain features, which is something that I actually don't like a lot. Because I see it so often, like how hard is it to have both look like the mythological creature? Why do the women always have to have only certain features? Which it could be ears, tails, maybe even teeth, but they never fully look like the creature that they are, but their male counterparts do. Fortunately, Sakura Princess and the King of Beasts doesn't have that issue, but My Beast Ball series does, unfortunately. I also remembered a few other series that remind me of this one. The first being Elegant Yokai Apartment Life, because it's essentially a place where yokais live in apartments, and I believe there's also some humans there, and they coexist. Inu Boko Secret Service, since similarly, it's an apartment complex where they're just surrounded by the yokai. Kakuryu Bed and Breakfast for Spirits, also because it's essentially a hotel that caters to yokai. And Oko's Inn, since it's about a human girl who ends up living and working at her grandmother's inn, and she ends up meeting quite a few yokai. Now having said all that, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode.